Hi people. So today we're going to talk about Citizenship Amendment Bill 2019, popularly known as CAB. So first of all, let us know what CAB is all about. Citizenship Amendment Bill 2019 proposes granting Indian citizenship to persecuted minorities fleeing from Bangladesh, Pakistan and Afghanistan. So the main element which we have to focus here is granting citizenship to persecuted minorities. Again, persecuted minorities fleeing from Bangladesh, Pakistan and Afghanistan. What is the main purpose of this bill? The main purpose of this bill is such that there is many religious minorities in these three Muslim-dominated countries, namely Bangladesh, Pakistan and Afghanistan, where such minorities are facing political persecutions, economical persecutions and religious persecutions. So the main aim of this bill is that to protect these minorities from the majority. That is the main idea of this bill. Most of the religions like Christians, Parsi, Sikhs included, but Muslims are not included. And why this bill was made in the first place? The purpose of this bill, as I told you, was made because in order to protect the minorities from these Muslim major countries. Let me give you an example. A doctor enters his clinic. He can't treat everyone who's in the clinic. He can just give his first aid to the people or the patient who's really in need of the treatment. Very similarly, the purpose of this bill is just to treat the people who are in need. And these people who are in need are the minorities living in the Muslim-populated, Muslim-dominated countries, Pakistan, Bangladesh and Afghanistan. And this bill has nothing to do with the Indian citizenship, whether he's a Muslim, Hindu, Christian, Sikh. It has nothing to do with the people who is already having an Indian citizenship. Does this have anything to do with the Indian citizens or the Indian Muslims living inside the boundaries of India? Absolutely no. The Indian Muslims or any region for that matter who is already having an Indian citizenship has nothing to deal with this bill. So does that mean that Muslims from these three countries, which is Pakistan, Bangladesh and Afghanistan, can never get an Indian citizenship? Even now, Muslims living in these three countries can get Indian citizenship through normal immigration process. So now the question comes up, why this bill affects only these three neighboring countries, that is Pakistan, Bangladesh and Afghanistan? The answer for this is very simple. These three countries are Muslim-dominated countries, and over the past period of time, there was a lot of insecurities which was faced by the minorities living in these three countries. The discrimination is being faced by the minorities living in these three countries. Let's say a doctor enters into a clinic. He can't treat every single person seen in the clinic. Rather, he can treat only the people who are in need of the first aid. Does this bill have anything to do with the Indian citizens or the Indian Muslims who's already having a citizenship? Absolutely no. The Indian citizens who is already having a citizenship in India and have the vote to write, or the Indian Muslims who has been a part of India and who is already a citizen, never ever be affected by this bill. But we can see the flood going on in the media and a lot of protests and strikes which are going on, where it is being portrayed as all the Muslims in general are being affected. So the purpose of this bill lies very simple. The purpose of this bill is that it wants to protect the minorities in these three Muslim-dominated countries. So there's no question of Muslims being included, but of course, yes, the Ahmadi Muslims are also a minorities in these three countries. So maybe the Ahmadi Muslims could have been included, which would have made it much more better.